Hello friends, welcome back. In this video we'll talk about JS, CSS and Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is you can say it's a library, a JS library that we use to design UI. Okay. So what I'm doing here in this video is, like, if you guys remember in the last video we talked about Thymeleaf introduction video. We discussed a lot about Thymeleaf. Now we are just moving a little bit forward and we'll play with some JS and CSS. We'll see how do we add JS and CSS in the Thymeleaf pages or in Thymeleaf UI. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if you guys can see here is my IDE STS. Now I'm just going to create a new project. So I'll just go and start a Spring Starter web project, and I'll type here Thymeleaf, and I'll call it as CSS. Okay, rest of the things I'll keep as it is, project Thymeleaf CSS. I want to keep my group name and package same. Here again we are going to create a Spring web application, so we need Spring Web. Apart from that, we also need Thymeleaf. So as you can see, like, whatever you have used recently, those dependencies you will see in the top in frequently used section here. So but I'll pick here, and if it is not there, you can simply go and search here Thymeleaf. So we need these two dependencies. We'll talk about one more dependency. Okay, let me add from here only. We also need Bootstrap, that you cannot add. Okay, so we'll just go with these two dependencies and click on next. So I'll wait for my project to be ready. Now you can see this project is ready. It's here to work. Let me just go and see what do we have in the POM file. So I think, as I explained yesterday, Spring Boot Starter dash Thymeleaf, this dependency we need because we are going to make use of Thymeleaf to design the UI, and Spring Boot Starter web dependency because it will be a web project. Okay, now what I will do is I'll simply go and we'll first go and create a resource. As I told you earlier, we need to put all our Thymeleaf pages or UIs sorry, it should go under templates folder. So I'll simply go and create an index page, home page of this application. So it will be an HTML page. HTML, I'll call it as index.html. So just keep sure that you put your HTML files inside templates folder, else you may face some issues. Okay, so this is our HTML screen, our page. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy one UI from the internet. I've taken from the internet. So if you see here, so this is the normal way of adding link style sheet in the HTML page, and this is the very generic way, like normal way or regular way to add the CSS in an HTML page, right? But what I'm going to do is I'll make this page as a, I'll add XML namespace because we need Thymeleaf, right? So I just need to add https://thymeleaf.org. okay, but in this page as of now we are not using any attribute or any tag of Thymeleaf. But if you see, what we are doing is we are using some classes, row ID, container classes. These all are part of the Bootstrap. So Bootstrap main.css. So let me just run this one, but before that we need to create a controller. Package.contro. I'll simply go and create a new class, controller, basically index controller, and here I'll simply go and create a new one method like public, and I'll call it as string load home page or load index page, and return type, it should be as your view name, exactly your HTML file name. So here it is index, so I'll call it as index. Same I'll place here index, and we have to mention the request mapping to handle the URL. So this is the slash means like root of this page. If you have slash in the URL, it should go and load the home page of this application. So load index page. Okay, now what I'm trying to say is, so this is like, it's a Java based application, right? It's a Spring Boot application, but it's completely an HTML page, right? So that is what we want to see, how can we make use of an HTML page in the Java application. So what I will do is I'll simply run this application, and then let's see how it looks like. Then we'll go more in details. Okay, it says yeah, this has been started. So I'll go to my browser and type localhost. So if you see, this is my first bootstrap page. So the point is, like, you can make use of existing HTML or CSS, whatever you have. You can merge these two together in the Thymeleaf. Just make use of your CSS, your own CSS. So what you do, you simply go to under resources. There's a folder called static, and then go and create a new folder called new folder. I want a folder. I call it as CSS. Okay. Now here I want to get my own custom CSS. So what I will do is, let me just go and create CSS file, and I'll call it as main, for example, or your app.css, whatever name you want, you can give. I'll simply go and create a CSS file. So here is my CSS. Now what I want to do is, I want to play with the h1 tag. Okay. So here I'll just go h1. I hope this should work fine. I'll call it as a background. So background color, I'll go and change it to yellow. And font, again, font family, say I want to do something, whatever it is, and I want to increase the font size as well. Size, let me make it 30. I think PT, this is what let me just put the color as well. Color, I want these to be in blue color, just random, so that we can see the difference. Okay. Now again, now we have to import the CSS, right? So what we have to do is, for this, let me just go down here. Okay. Now let's import the CSS. So this time I'm going to make use of Thymeleaf attribute, th::relation equals to, I'll call it as style sheet, and then th::h reference equals to, so @ then the path CSS main dot CSS, and curly braces closed. I'll close this tag link. So if you see the basic difference, so here we are using relation, and here we are using th::rel. Here we have just h reference. In Thymeleaf we have th::h reference. Okay. So let me just see whether it works or not. I'll just return this application. So wait for this to happen, and then okay, now do you see? I can see the changes here, right? So the point is, like, it's very easy. So like, you can make use of your normal CSS the way you are working with HTML and CSS in normal application. Okay, let me just go and create one more page. I'll just call it as HTML. Let me just go and create another UI HTML page, and I'll call it as welcome dot HTML. Okay. So okay. So now here is my clean UI, like very basic page. There is just a navigation bar. If you guys will read, when you start reading about Bootstrap, you will come to know what is a navigation bar. So here I just have a navigation bar, nothing else is there, and there are dependencies I have on Bootstrap. CSS I need font awesome, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'll simply go and get the dependencies. So I just have to go to the google.com. Okay, so as I told you earlier, Maven repository is the place to find out all the dependencies. So what I need Bootstrap dependencies. So I'll just go and click here, the very first URL. So here we have the latest one, 4.4.4.1. So I'll just get this WebDriver dependency. If you see here, let me just copy and paste here in our pom.xml file. Okay, so here you can see, right, we have added like these Bootstrap JS or CSS part of org.webjar. Like, WebJar is a library, so its Bootstrap is part of WebJar. Not only Bootstrap, there are many other things, many other like CSS and JS things are part of Bootstrap. So now it has got a dependency on dependencies. Where do I see dependencies? So I also need jQuery. I'll get the dependency 3.1 from here, copy, I'll add into my pom.xml file. Okay, and I also need, just go back and Just click here, not jQuery. One second, I also need for Bootstrap, I also need this one, Popper.js 2.0. So you can find different versions available, but always it's my preference to always go with the latest one. Okay, so here if you see, I have added WebJar dependency just to support the Bootstrap, then jQuery dependency, and there is Popper.js dependencies, right? I have added here. Now let me just go and see how it's updating my path. So let me just go and download the WebJar dependencies. If I go to my Maven dependencies, I'll see something called WebJar dependency here somewhere. So where can I see WebJar? I can see Bootstrap dependency here. Okay, if I expand this one, resource WebJar Bootstrap 4.1, and here is my, here you see all the Bootstrap CSS are part of, inside here in this CSS folder, all the JS files here and rest of other things. So we just need these two as of now, like CSS things. So now we have to update the path in our file. So this is how do you add, right? As I told you earlier, thcurrent hrefs tag we use to include the dependencies. So now the path is, we are not in, here is Bootstrap WebJar Bootstrap. Here the version is 4.4.1-1. So because we are using the most recent one, I'll just go and fix the version here. And then inside CSS we have Bootstrap min.css. Just let me just go verify. So Bootstrap min.css, it's here, right? So it's here. And font awesome, as I don't think we have as of now. So okay, it's not there. I'll take it out. We also need to make sure that we have the jQuery. So Bootstrap, let me just go to Bootstrap.js first, WebJar Bootstrap, and then we need to add the version here, /4.4.1-1. So the point is your path, right? Whatever you see here, right, inside WebJar, it should match here, else it won't work. JS Bootstrap min dot. Now we do not have jQuery. Okay, it's here. jQuery is here, just next to that one. WebJar jQuery 3.5.1 WebJar jQuery, and then path is 3.5.1. There I have jQuery min.js. Okay, this is fixed. Now the next is this one, Popper.js, like it's another JS library. So it's inside 2.2.0. So Popper. So this is inside WebJar Popper.js, and then it's not okay. You need to mention the version is 2.0.2/. So next path is there, UMD, and then you'll see your Popper.js. Okay, so this is how. So the point is, you should always make sure that your path is correct here. You're pointing to the correct path in the SRC or hrefs. Okay, now just to load this one, what I will do is we just need to go and update the controller. So I'll just go and create another function here quickly, public string, I'll call it as load welcome page. Okay, and return, as I told you earlier, it should be your view name. So our view name is welcome. If I go to my template side, there you will see, if I go to just here welcome.html, so I'll mention welcome, and now I need to mention the request mapping. So in the URL, if I have /welcome, it should go and load, what the hell I'm doing here. It should go and load the welcome page. Okay, just I'll write this out in case of this is out here, load welcome page. Okay, now let me just go and start, I have to stop and then I have to restart my application. Start. So what? Okay, so now the application is started. Let me just go and load the welcome page. Just want to see how it looks like. So this is our home page. Now I want to go to the welcome page. So I'll simply go and type here welcome. Okay, so this is, you see, here is my navigation bar, and there were no data, no content was there, nothing is there. So it's just like blank, right? Okay, now so what we are trying to achieve here is, the point is you can make use of normal HTML page, right? Normal HTML page to design a UI, or you can also use Bootstrap or other technologies, CSS, with Thymeleaf to design awesome UI. So like what I'm going to do is I'll simply go and add the main.css because nothing was there in the content right here in this division. So I'll just go and I'll write something here. I'll write here, I'll call it as h1 tag here, and I'll put it as welcome page. Right now, so the point is like you can make use of normal HTML page with your Thymeleaf. You can write your Thymeleaf tags and you can add your Java code here. Or what you can do is you can make use of WebJar, or like you can see here, this is how do we use. You can make use of Thymeleaf tags to add CSS and JS files in your HTML page, right? If you see this th colon src is a Thymeleaf tag. So wherever you see th colon something, it means that we are dealing with, or we are using Thymeleaf attributes or Thymeleaf tags, right? I'll just quickly start this application. I just want to show you that yes, we have some data on the welcome page, and then we are almost done this video. Let me just quickly start this application. It's there, it's starting. Let me just refresh this page. Okay, now you see welcome page. So if you see in this example, I have used all the, like there is no normal HTML tag. It is just like your Thymeleaf tags to add the CSS. We have used Thymeleaf src tag to add the JS files in the HTML page, and here is like bootstrap classes. So to support the bootstrap, I have used bootstrap main.css here, and I have added the bootstrap jar JS dependencies here in the bottom section of this page, right? Okay, so now we know how can you make use of normal JS or CSS file with Thymeleaf, or how can you make use of Thymeleaf preferred attributes to add JS and CSS file in the Spring Boot web application, right? So I'll share the code with you guys.